ensuring that you're not using untrained bilingual staff to interpret, because just because you're bilingual doesn't mean that you have the skill to be an interpreter. And even if you do, let me get back to that for a second. Even if a bilingual team member does have the skill to be an interpreter, for example, we have a lot of bilingual team members that have taken Bridging the Gap, which means they have the basic 40-hour training to be an interpreter. But if you don't interpret regularly, for example, if you don't interpret regularly, then there are things that you are not going to remember that are required of an interpreter. So when I do trainings with clinical team members, a lot of times I say, I have worked in healthcare for 25 years. And if you work in cardiology, you're very familiar with cardiology. But I, as an interpreter, work across the system. I have interpreted from birth to death. So I work in peds, in the NICU, labor and delivery, cardiology, endo, you name it. I've worked in all the different specialties. I also am around nurses all the time. So I see them draw blood. I see them do triage. I see them give injections. And I am certified in CPR and first aid. Have not used it very much, but I am certified and I renew my certification annually. So when your nurse is out sick, I should be able to pinch hit, right? Absolutely not. When I talk to clinical teams about this and I say, I can pinch hit, right? You'll let me pitch in, right? They all go, oh my gosh, of course not. Correct. So the same goes for bilingual team members acting as interpreters. You can't be a bilingual nurse and keep your nurse hat on while you have your interpreter hat on, because there are certain things that as interpreters, we have to remain neutral. I don't have the goal as an interpreter to make sure that the patient follows the protocol that the doctor has outlined. The nurse has that responsibility to encourage the patient to do that. As an interpreter, my responsibility is to make sure that the patient understands the protocol. Whether they follow it or not that is not in my wheelhouse. So to try to wear both hats at the same time really convolutes things, and it can cause issues. So I think those are areas where communication fails can happen.